How's it going, everybody? Bryan Alvarez here on Wrestling Observer Live. We are here every day, Monday through Friday, noon Pacific, 3 Eastern, Sundays, 3 Pacific, 6 Eastern, Saturday mornings with Jim Valley, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 Eastern, Sundays with Andrew Zarian. And it's Tuesday on the show. You know what that means? Well, we got a lot to talk about. Last night, Monday Night Raw, the follow-up to the Backlash show. The beginning of the road to the King and Queen of the Ring. And, you know, this is what happens when you got to finish one pay-per-view before you get going on the next pay-per-view. You just have a show where, well, we'll talk about it. We did not get 8 matches on Raw, which is pretty much exactly what I said would happen on Saturday when they announced that we would have 8 matches on Raw. It did not happen. Now, we actually do know when the other matches are going to take place, but that's because we found out today. They didn't tell us yesterday. But we'll break down Raw for you. Hey, the first 90 minutes and the last half hour of Raw, those were quite great. But there was an hour in the middle, which sucked. So we'll tell you about Raw here today, as well as NXT tonight. NXT has a number of matches, and there's also going to be a combine. Yes. Qualifying matches for the NXT Women's North American Championship ladder match will be determined in a combine. We also got the lineup for Wednesday's Dynamite. Thank God they finally added that there's going to be a follow-up to the Kenny Omega angle. We'll tell you what they've announced thus far. We got a New Japan Resurgence show on Saturday. And our old friend Rocky Romero will be joining us tomorrow to talk about Resurgence. That is tomorrow. And then, of course, we've got all of the rest of the news, including Asuka's injury and SmackDown and Jerry Lawler and Jim Ross updates and plenty more. A lot to get into today, everybody, so stick around. We'll kick it off after the break. Observer Live.
We've almost reached the pinnacle of the tour, but this is one of the most important things. This is the computer. This is the workstation where I do the majority of the actual physical part of putting Figure 4 together. I do the writing here, the editing here, of course the phone calls, even the microphone here when we used to do Wrestling Observer Live, which has since died. And in fact, I better put the screensaver on here so this doesn't get burned into the screen. But putting the newsletter together, people understand, it's a lot of hard work and dedication, like 2 to 3 hours per week sometimes I have to spend on it. And, hold on a second. Figure 4, who's this? Carl Thorillo? Yeah. Yeah, hey, listen, can I call you back? I'm doing something here right now. My fridge? Yes, running. Hello? Anyway, this is, like I said, computer. Got the TV here. This is pretty much the place. This is going to be a quick tour of the trophy room. This is actually my trophy case. It's made of mahogany, very expensive. But what is worth far more than the case itself is what is inside. and that is the medals from the various sports and the accomplishments that I've achieved during my lifetime. This first drawer here is my gymnastics medals. Here, I got state and such. These are my Taekwondo medals. These down here, amateur wrestling medals. And down here are the 26 medals that I won in the 5-kilometer walk down to the Bothell Landing over the course of the past 5 years. And, you know, I realize that I'm a 4-sport superstar right here, and some people, you know, it might bother them that they haven't had such achievements in their life, but I think that the whole point is that you can achieve anything. You know, if you can make a great pie, you can win the pie eating contest at the Puyallup Fair, and I don't know, hell, if you can eat a good pie, you might win the pie eating contest as well. So there's achievement in this life for everybody.
Starting off irritated.
What's the matter?
Wrestling Observer Live. What's the matter?
Yeah, what's the matter?
Stupid King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring tournament. I almost said bad words. Okay, so there's a King and Queen of the Ring tournament coming. And on the pay-per-view Saturday, they announce we're going to have 8 matches on Raw. 4 men, 4 women. And immediately I was like, well, there's no way. I said to Dave, there's not 4 on, they're not 8 on Raw. It's going to be like 4 on Raw, 4 on SmackDown. He goes, no, all the matches announced are Raw matches. You're going to do Raw matches on SmackDown? I said, what? They're going to do, let me get this straight. They're going to do 8 tournament matches on Raw. Like, do they want this tournament to be good or do they want it to suck? There's no way they're doing 8 matches on Raw. Okay? So, wow, lo and behold. Oh, what a shocker. Who could have ever guessed? Monday comes and they realize, oh, we can't get 8 matches on this show. Gee. You mean the show's only 3 hours and it has commercials? Oh. Well, all right. So at the beginning of the show, they announce, well, we're going to have 2 of the matches that'll be taking place on house shows. What house show? I don't know. Nobody told me. And you know who else didn't know? The fans. So the fans showed up at the building. I heard from fans yesterday that went to the show. They were like, nobody told us 2 matches were going to be at the house shows.
Oh, come on.
No, they didn't tell them. So like,
did you really get emails about this?
Yeah, I did, because I asked yesterday. I asked on the show. I said, did the fans know? Like, if you were there, let me know. And so people let me know. They were like, no one told us. So if you were there live, you were waiting, and I swear to God, I was watching that Becky Lynch segment, and I knew exactly what happened. And that was, they were 2 hours into the show, and if you were there live as a fan, there were 4 matches left. And you're waiting for matches, and instead they trot out Michael Cole and Becky Lynch to sit in the ring, and Cole's like, sweet hat, Becky. What is that? She's like, I don't know. I got it on Etsy. And then he's a reporter. He will not let well enough be good. No, Becky, tell me more about the hat.
Is it retail?
And she goes, Oh, what do you people think about this hat? They're like, it's stupid looking. Like, you could hear them. They didn't pop. It was like a very mixed reaction. Like, some of them were like, yay, you were wearing a satellite dish on your head. The other half were like, what is on your head? And now he starts asking questions. Who would you like to face for that title? She's like, well, there's Alba Fire. Dude, I haven't even seen Alba Fire. I watch all of these shows. I couldn't even tell you the last time I saw Alba Fire. She starts talking about Alba Fire. You hear the guy go, boring. Like, people are heckling because they're like, where's the matches? We got 4 more matches coming. Then about a half hour later, Kofi does a promo for the Ray match. Fans are like, what? There's 20 minutes left on the show. They trot out Sheamus and Gunther. And, the fans there don't get 2 matches. Okay, whatever. Who cares? I wasn't there. But I bring this up yesterday. Okay, whatever. You told us at home that 2 matches were going to be on the house shows. Would it have been that hard to tell us, like, what house shows? What house show is going to be on? Where's it going to be? What day? In what city? I don't know. No one told us. So I didn't even care that much until a mutual friend of ours, who I bring up all the time, who works there, had the temerity to text me and go, if you would have just gone on social media and looked around a little, you could have found out where they were at.
And that was early West Coast time. I hope you woke
I
up
was like, will you just quit already? God. If I would have just done a cursory look on social media, and then, like, to prove the point, they send a screenshot of WWE saying, can King Mystery become the king of the ring for the first time this Sunday in Macon, Georgia? I was like, that's cool. That's cool and all. But, like, how about the other match? Oh, you don't have the other one? Oh, I see you didn't send me where the other match was going to be. Oh, because you don't know either, do you? Is this that hard?
No.
Some of you get on me because I, like, get on AEW about this sort of thing, but hello? This is a universal thing. Is it that hard? Where are these matches going to be? Maybe I live in Macon and I want to see a King of the Ring match. Well, God, I don't know. I don't have any earthly idea. I have no clue. So, somewhere, another match is going to take place. I don't know where. I don't know. And then on top of that, I got more. SmackDown is on Friday.
Yes.
All right. Well, SmackDown's 2 hours.
Yes.
Raw is 3.
Yes.
Now what are you going to do?
Add 5 hours.
I mean, are you going to try to do 8 matches? Or are you going to do 3?
Well,
Are you going to do 3 matches and go, the remaining, whatever 8 minus 3 is, the remaining 5 matches, well, they're going to be somewhere.
We'll see you in Chattanooga.
I mean, we're not going to tell you where or when. In fact, we're out of house shows, but who cares?
We're coming to your town.
At some point, somewhere, some people are going to have matches, and then we're going to fill in this, the bracket, you say? Oh, yeah, I can talk about the bracket, too. We have no idea who the SmackDown women are in this tournament. None. We have a full men's bracket, but we have no full women's bracket. Last night during the show, somebody listed a series of SmackDown matches. They said they're out there. I said they are? Because as Dave is talking about, I don't know what, Ric Flair and Kerry Von Erich from 1984, I'm furiously searching for this bracket. I go to WWE.com, nothing. I go to WWE's Twitter account, nothing. I can't find it anywhere. So maybe it's out there, maybe it's not. I haven't seen it yet. Am I supposed to care about this tournament? Like, look at how passionate I am about a tournament I don't care about.
That's gonna
imagine if I did care. And I actually might care if I had brackets and I could watch all the tournament matches. Right now, I care much more about the WWE Speed #1 Contenders Tournament than I do about this stupid tournament. Golly. Why is this so hard? Am I going to get a text anytime now going, oh,
Guaranteed. I don't know if it's going to be exactly those words, but I guarantee you're going to get a text. And last week during NXT, they hyped up where they were going to be in Europe. So, yeah, you could have let everybody know that coming up this weekend, there are WWE live events in Chattanooga and in Macon, and make Cody or Kofi.
Is that where they are?
That's where they are, and they could make Kofi drive home the point that it's making, put the deal up on the screen, and yeah, they could have absolutely done that. You're exactly right.
Well, they didn't.
They didn't, no. But we ended up getting this moment of very raw audio from you as you deeply inhale right there. I know this has gotten to you.
It has.
Ever since last night.
It has. Why is this so hard? Like, I deal with hard things all the time in this job, but we got, like, no employees.
Yeah, you do.
It's like me and Dave and Tony, and then people that help on the front page and some but you guys aren't helping me do anything. There's 500 people working there. There's 500 people there. There's dozens and dozens of writers.
A lot of independent contractors there, too. But you know what? None of those folks would be the ones putting that up on the screen. It would be employees who should probably be doing that in production.
No, Brian, you don't understand. Brian Rose is like, what? I'm saying, like, help me personally. Are you in the studio with me, Brian? Are you writing up all the news on it? No, I have to do that by myself. I don't have 24 people helping me do this. I don't have 500 people here. I still get more done. Back in a moment, Observer Live.
Here we have the meditation room. This is a room where I send Vince when he misbehaves, when he cooks my chicken, when it's undercooked, or whatever the problem is. It's only got two things in this entire room, completely empty, save for a chair right here, which you will notice is made of videotapes. Unfortunately, there's so many tapes in this house that I have no room for furniture, so I did the next best thing, which is make a chair out of tapes. And he comes in here and he sits down and he reads. And I only allow Vince to read one book because I realize that what you read and what you believe is what you become. And that is The Law of Success in 16 Lessons by Napoleon Hill. This book was written in 1928. This book is over 70 years old. But the important thing is the message is just as vital today. And while Vince will probably remain a lackey the rest of his life, it's good that he reads this and learns of the basically the 16 laws which helped me become the success that I am today. And if you ever get a chance to pick up this book, it is amazing. As you can see, night has fallen, and we've pretty much worked and toiled all day long. And, you know, one of the secrets to my success, and I've mentioned this many times today, many different secrets, but one of them is more time for recreation and just hanging out and doing whatever. And so we're going to be taking a trip down to the recreational facilities where the pool and the basketball court, basically everything else is stationed. And recreation is also one of the ways that Vince and I managed to keep our bodies in, well, one of the ways that I managed to keep my body in such superb shape. So that's the next stop, is the recreational area. Here we are in the workout area. Everything a person would need to get in perfect physical shape. Got the, you know, the bench press machine right here. Have the leg press machine right there. We've got the, what the hell is that? Got the lat pull down machine right here. And I suppose since we're here, we might as well work out and do the, can you do 210, Vince? I could move it up to 110 or maybe to, okay, go. Let's go. Pretty good. Is it 8? Okay. Let's go play basketball.
matches coming up over the next couple of days
In Macon.
that have actually... No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about matches that have actually been announced. So NXT tonight has Roxanne Perez against Chelsea Green for the NXT Women's title.
Sure.
Not bullish on that one.
Well,
Josh Briggs faces Wes Lee. We got Supernova Sessions with Trick Williams, where hopefully Lash Legend will not forget all of her lines when she reveals what is in the mystery envelope. Is he the daddy?
Baby Doll and Dusty Rhodes. Wow. All these years later.
No, but they're going to do it right. They'll actually reveal what's in the envelope.
Are they going to have Maury
They
there?
actually open the envelope. It should be that dusty baby.
Are
doll.
they going to have either Maury or who was the lady on paternity court, Lauren Lake? Are they going to have one of those two folks on? If not, then they're not doing it to their full potential.
Well, we don't know if that's what's in the envelope.
Oh, I thought you said it was.
No, I said we don't know.
Oh.
It's a mystery. Meechin versus Ariana Grace. Shayna Baszler versus Carmen
You
Petrovic.
bullish on that one?
I'm bullish on Shayna having a match one of these days.
No,
We don't know who,
Meechin.
when, where, why.
Meechin and Ariana.
No, I'm not bullish on that one. And it's funny because they're doing the Combine, where this will decide qualifying matches for the NXT Women's North American Championship ladder match. And Meechin last week said she wanted to be in the match, but on the week where they're doing the Combine, she's got another match. Why is this so hard?
Why are they doing a combine?
Well, I don't know, but I know one thing, and that is it is a worked Combine.
It better be.
Just like the worked duck that I saw at the aquarium on Sunday. They're doing a worked Combine. They have legitimate, massively impressive athletes.
Are you sure?
But
you
we're going to
didn't
do a
see-
worked Combine.
Did you see a wood duck or a worked duck?
It was a worked duck made of wood. I don't know why. Someone claimed that they disperse chemicals in the water. But it was just kind of weird. Then there was another duck that was cutting a promo on itself in a mirror.
Daffy
Because
Duck?
it's stupid.
Oh, Donald Duck.
It's a stupid animal.
Oh.
Looked in the mirror, saw its own reflection, thought it was another duck.
Started cutting a promo?
It did. Started quacking at it. Yes, shucky ducky quack quack.
Maybe the duck
talk
saw
about
the
NXT
Ultimate
here.
Warrior in the mirror.
No, it saw itself.
No.
I laughed at that duck. I said, "You're a stupid duck."
You're cruel.
Yeah.
So cruel.
Well, I didn't hurt the duck. I tried to educate the duck.
You hurt its feelings?
I tried to explain to the duck that's not another duck.
By calling it stupid? Is this how
Yeah.
you raise your kids, Bryan Alvarez? Is
Ducks
this the
don't know
type of
English.
example-
He didn't know what I was saying.
I can imagine you making paper mache heads on a lack of sleep, all sick, like yelling at kids over, like, you're doing it wrong!
Never. I helped them. But I did tell them they were doing it wrong, because they were. It was my job to try to help them do it right. You kids know what smoothing out paper mache means? We're not making Abdul the Butcher here. It's supposed to be smooth. Now, we also have Wednesday's Dynamite. Adam Copeland against Brody King for the TNT title.
All right.
Should be a good match.
Yeah, well, he's working his way through the House of Black. Makes sense.
We've got Orange Cassidy and Trent Beretta. The feud has been on virtually every other show, but they're going to do the blow-off on this one.
Sure.
Okay.
Gotta build your way up to the main show.
Not the pay-per-view.
No.
this
well, Let's not.
I do expect that Trent will win, and they'll do some sort of stipulation match at the pay-per-view. That's what I think's going to happen. Swerve and Christian will go face-to-face.
That's good.
And then, oh boy, here we go. We got Mariah May versus Harley Cameron.
The winners are male fans. And,
I have never seen Harley Cameron have a match in her whole life. Ever.
She has,
Not
though.
one time ever have I seen this.
It has happened.
She will face Mariah May.
She wrestled in Shine. She's been around, not wrestling much, obviously, in her role as QTV and all that sort of stuff. But, yeah. So, will we get Mina Shirakawa involvement? Who knows?
Exactly.
Will we get Tony
Who
Storm
knows?
involvement? Probably.
It's a start and stop storyline with Mina.
No.
Then we've got, I can't wait to see this one.
Yes.
Serena
Not the
Deeb.
one you just said.
Serena Deeb will speak, okay?
Well,
Because here's the thing. I mean, it's a broken record here.
yeah.
I thought that a week ago, 2 weeks ago, they did an angle, and I thought they finally pulled the trigger. Toni Storm is going babyface. It's about time. And then this past Wednesday, once again, Toni Storm is still a heel. And Serena Deeb, who I thought was a heel, is apparently playing the babyface role.
Wait, hold on. We don't know that.
I will sit here right now and tell you, okay? And I will tell you happily. I want to say this on the air so they can happily tell you later if I was wrong. This feud is going to die because it's the exact same thing they did with Deonna. Serena should be the heel. Toni should be the babyface. And if they go out there with Toni in the babyface role, or the heel role, and Serena in the babyface role, it is going to die.
Why do you believe that Serena Deeb is going to be the babyface?
Because that is the position that she was put in on Dynamite.
But
And Toni was put in the position to be the heel on Dynamite.
But here's the deal. I mean, you got Mariah May against Harley, and Harley is not known to be a wrestler. She has been, an entertainer, a side piece, whatever exactly it is her role has been there on screen. So now she's thrust into a match with Mariah May, who is involved in these storylines with Toni Storm and everything that's going on with her. And Serena Deeb is a great wrestler. She is a good promo. She's a great wrestler. Those matches between her and Toni are probably going to be good, but I can see Harley Cameron aligning with Serena Deeb, and you play it off that you have somebody who's so technically proficient.
Harley's a heel.
Who's got Harley with her.
But Serena's a babyface.
But she's not a babyface, Brian. I think
She is. She came out last week. She was waving a flag. She gave a flag to the kids. She's going like this to get the... She's a babyface.
I don't think it's going to remain that way in the slightest. I will be very surprised. And if they do, well, that's just stupid booking again. How many times in a row would you have to do that? With Deonna coming in, okay, I get that. You got, and then you're trying to get something out of it with Deonna and Thunder Rosa. So no big loss there. But if you do it twice with Serena Deeb, who has never been a popular figure, if I'm not mistaken, she's always kind of been a heel. People appreciate her wrestling. But if you do this again, then that's just, it's just stupid.
That's exactly what I just said.
Stupid.
That was my point of this whole speech about that segment. But we'll see Wednesday.
There's a lot of stupid on that show. Unfortunately, there tends to be a lot of stupid on that show. And we'll see what Kenny Omega has to say.
I'll get to him in a minute.
All right.
Chris Jericho and Big Bill are in action, thank God.
Speaking of...
We will get the learning tree. Which is funny because now he's got a tree. I believe that Big Bill is the legitimate physical learning tree. He should dress as a tree.
Well,
Why not?
I guess, because you don't want squirrels running up your leg.
And then, yes, they finally announced on Tuesday, the day before the show, that, yes, we will have a follow-up to the enormous angle we shot at the end of last week's show, where Jack Perry attempted to kill Kenny Omega by hitting him in the stomach with a chair after the doctor told him that one shot to the stomach could, I swear to God, kill him, was their words. Kenny will make an important announcement on the show. And I believe the announcement... So I thought that was writing him off last week, but now he's just back. I don't know.
Well, you can kill him. I guess he can still talk. It wasn't to his throat. It was to his gut. And did we ever figure out what Shad thinks about all this? The guy came out at the end of that show a couple of weeks ago in shock. And then he had to watch the next week where his completely impotent son, which not in real life, but in the storyline, he is completely at the mercy of the company that he built. He's got talent with no-cut contracts who apparently cut the feed on the show and run roughshod over it, over another one of the executive vice presidents. Why is this man not in fear for his life as he was all that time back then? Like, something has got to come, and I know nobody wants a GM, but to me, like, you need to announce something. Otherwise,
well, they do.
Otherwise, we're just doing, Brian, what looks to be a big 1995 in 96 or whatever it was, NWO.
Well, that's what we're doing. The Young Bucks are the GMs. And let me tell you how you can
but
actually...
At least
hold on.
there was J.J. Dillon there for Chris Jericho to rub up against.
Let me tell you how you can make this work.
Oh, boy.
If Kenny is in the building, I'm going to be real mad, okay?
All right.
Because that was a massive beatdown.
Yes, it was.
He was hit in the stomach, which the doctor said could kill him.
Hallelujah.
There is no way that he should be on this show.
No, sir.
But if he wants to do via satellite from the hospital and announce that he will be undergoing surgery this week, he doesn't know if or when he can ever come back, but he's going to do everything in his power to do so. And then after he's got the announcement out, the Young Bucks in the building cut the feed, and they're like, well, we got that. Let's, and they go on their whole spiel. That'll
you
work.
You want to go full beating him with a bedpan?
That'll work. No, they shouldn't be in there. He should not be in the building. He should be in a hospital bed.
No,
and
well,
they should cut the feed and take him away from the fans.
Okay, I'm good with that.
That I will be fine with.
But, like, at some point you're going to need to have some comeuppance here. You're going to need to have some balance, and I still don't know if they're going to pull off this tribute act correctly.
Well, we'll find out back in a moment. Observer Live.
Here we are in the basketball room where we play lots of simple basketball games such as horse. Usually, if we get 12 friends together or however many on the scene, we play a game. But today, it's horse. Thanks, God. And you're going to get to go first because I am a kind, giving boss. Or we can play ass. Play a game of one-on-one instead. Aside from the obvious the recreational facilities that we have here, I also like to use some of the facilities for my work. As many of you know, part of my job requires me to watch tapes from around the world. Mexico, Japan, different wrestling from different parts of the world, and write about it and review it. So therefore I've created this here, the media room. Got the projector, we got the big screen right here, and aside from using it for work, I also use it because young Vince here, as some of you might know, is an aspiring pro wrestler, and he's had a few matches under his belt. And as a grizzled veteran of the ring wars that I am, I like to come in here, watch the matches with Vince, give him pointers, critique him, help him out, and basically show him what he's doing right and what he can do to improve on. So we are going to watch, as a treat to you, this is a Super Chico tape, one of Vince's matches. So we'll get that thing ready to roll here. What are you doing?
Here, Wrestling Observer Live. Mike Sempervive, also of WrestlingObserver.com.
These people in these comments here.
I haven't even seen them. What's up? What are they mad about?
No, just, talking about, the executive vice presidents are the most powerful people in the
Oh, that's
company.
Lenny. Don't worry about him.
Not more powerful than Shad Khan. And you know what? Maybe we need the Wrath of Khan. Maybe we need the Kagan of Khans to come in.
I would be so fine with Shad Khan being the new GM.
You know that won't happen. But he needs, because he is an owner, and he didn't sign these contracts. And you know what? You, Tony, signed those contracts. You're part of the company. We got to deal with this because we don't want to bring legal into it. No problem. I'm going to balance you out with somebody that I give my power to try to offset this. That's the only way this is interesting to me, because Hangman Adam Page, alongside Will Ospreay in the future and whoever else, is going to be the saving force. If this is going to be a NWO versus WCW type of storyline, no thank you. No, thank you. I would rather have, a lot more balanced out than take this trip again 30 years later.
Well, let's talk about the good and bad of Raw. So we had a Judgment Day promo, and the gist of it is that Drew McIntyre was announced for the tournament, but then he was pulled. So the storyline was that he, I guess, I don't know where. It's one of those things where they don't explain it to you. You just presume you're on social media. I presume from watching the show that Drew complained about his arm on social media, and so in storyline they then checked out his arm and he wasn't cleared. Which begs the question, like, your medical crew sucks. Like, shouldn't they have checked his arm without having to read about it on Twitter? But anyway, he's pulled. Finn thinks that means he's got a bye, but then he's told, no, actually, you don't have a bye. You will be facing Jey Uso. Which, of course, begs the question why Jey Uso wasn't in the King of the Ring tournament, but he is now.
Well, you know.
And this match was very good. And I was told that Jey Uso was the most over guy on the show, and he got his big win. And I do think that there is a strong chance that Jey Uso becomes the King of the Ring. I think it's either him or LA Knight is my King of the Ring pick. So then Drew gets angry. And keep in mind at this point, the fans are still expecting there's going to be 8 matches on the show. And the first match with commercial and everything went over 20 minutes. So it's like, wow, we got to really get going here. So instead, Drew is screaming at Adam Pearce. He's all angry. And he jumps in his car. This is one of those long, continuous shots. He jumps in his car zooms off. Another car zooms right in. And CM Punk gets out. And Pearce says, you're late. Punk says, yep, it's quite a weekend. Where's Drew? Pearce goes, he just left. Punk goes, what? Hit my music. And so he does the long walk all the way to the ring. And then he gets in the ring. And I swear to God this happened. On a show where fans are expecting 8 matches, okay? He gets in the ring and he says, I'm sorry I'm late. I got locked in headquarters this weekend. Just got free. Which is half true. He did get locked in headquarters, but it was not until Monday. And he says, last week I cut a whole promo in less time than Drew's title run. But let's not do that this weekend. I'm going to sit here until he comes back. I'm hijacking the show. I know he's checking his phone while driving, which you should never do. So, Pat, tweet him and let him know that I'm here waiting for him. He looks at his watch. Well, I guess I should say something then. He starts cutting this promo. Explains that he tore his tricep in the Royal Rumble. Okay, we got it, buddy. Talks about how he was sad he wasn't at WrestleMania, but he'll just do it next year. Talks about how, I can do everything in this sport. Commentary. I'm a multi-tool. Drew's just a tool. Man, that brother ain't here yet. Well, I'm petty. Drew's a hater. He's a choke artist. I'm a choke artist too, right, Pat? No reaction whatsoever to his Jack Perry reference. Zilch. Dead silence. And he keeps going on. Man, that guy's not here yet. Hey, if I see that guy again, I'm going to break his face. I'm like, what is happening? Are we doing any more matches on this show? And then finally goes, well, he's not here yet. Guess that means he's scared of me. They hit his music, and he leaves. Has there ever been a worse CM Punk segment? I mean, oh my God.
This was bad.
Brutal.
How long did it go for, do you think?
It felt like an hour. Someone's going to go, it was actually only 3 minutes. But whatever it was too long.
Yeah, it felt like forever, unfortunately. That was a waste of time.
So then we had Natty and Io Sky. And first time they ever wrestled each other. Good match. Io pinned her with a moonsault. Dakota cut a promo afterwards, long promo. And she says she's going after the tag titles, and Asuka's injured. I don't know if she was actually hurt in the match. People were saying, I think she got hurt in the match, and that's why the match fell apart. So she got hurt twice? She had a huge knee brace on, so I think she's been hurt probably ever since that SmackDown deal where she went down and hurt her knee. But anyway, she's out for a while.
That sucks.
This was a good match. Then we had Ricochet and Ilya Dragunov. Oh, my God, this match. Here is a sign, everybody. Let me drop some wisdom on you.
Oh, dropping knowledge. Look at this.
Yes.
The learning tree, Bryan
Yes,
Alvarez.
the learning tree. I'm going to get my own tree. The mark of a great match
The nuts on that tree.
is when you got two guys in there, and one of them's Ricochet, who, everybody likes him and everything like that, but they never really do that much with him. He won the Speed title, but they barely mention it. And then there's Ilya Dragunov, who just got called up to the main roster. People, some people know, some people don't. And I don't know, let's just say they went 15 minutes. For 7 minutes, they're just killing each other, and the fans are just sitting there watching it. Like, that's cool. Hey, man, that was a big bump. But they're not that into it. And then they keep going. And then the crowd's chanting, holy you-know-what. And then the crowd's just absolutely losing it for these spots. And then Ilya hits his H-bomb, and there's a standing ovation. They're like, man, that was awesome. This match ruled. Absolutely ruled. Ilya won, and he is going on to the next round of this King of the Ring tournament. This was great. Absolutely great.
Really fun.
Sheamus is there in his street clothes. We're 90 minutes into the show. It's like, bro, can you get your gear on, dude? We're about to go. He wants to face Gunther for the third time. Beat him. Zoe Stark, Ivy Nile. At this point, even though they'd already taken 2 matches off the show, it was very clear they realized, we got to get going here. So this was a short match, Z360 pin. They worked hard, but it wasn't much of a match. And then, again, if you're a fan in the crowd, you're thinking, we've had 3 matches. There's 7 left. Why are we watching Truth do comedy here? And he's there doing comedy. And then they go to Braun Breaker, and he wants to know why he's not in the tournament. Pierce says, let's talk. Then they go to another interview. It's Finn, JD, and Priest. And Dom tries to bring Carlito in, and Priest. They go back a year. It doesn't matter if they're both heels. Carlito gets brought in, Priest goes, do not bring that guy in here. I had my biggest moment ever at Porter, and this guy screwed me. We will never be friends. Get him out of here. Dom has to get him out of there. This Priest is a great actor. I will give him that. He's very natural.
Good character.
And then it's time for another tournament match. Finally, it's Bronson Reed and Chad Gable. 1 minute, Sammy runs in for the DQ.
Well,
at this point, I'm tearing my hair out. You realize how good a match Bronson and Chad Gable could have had? This leads to the announcement later that they're going to an Intercontinental title match, which, by the way, led to a funny moment. Bronson and Chad are just having a match, and Sammy runs in for the DQ. And then there's a big 3-way, and, Bronson lays both guys out or whatever. He goes backstage, and Adam Pearce is mad at him. Why are you mad at him? Another dude ran in and ruined your match. This guy just beat his ass. Why are you mad at him? But he was.
At least it didn't go 12 minutes before that happened. That would have pissed me off.
It might have, but you know what? I would have liked to have seen 12 minutes with Bronson and Chad Gable.
I guess.
And then we had this Becky segment, which was actually worse than the CM Punk segment. I recapped this earlier. I will not do it again. But it led to Liv coming out. And by the time Liv came out, she was getting what chance? Because the fans were so sick of this and wondering, how are we going to get 4 more matches? And you're sitting here talking about a hat with 1 hour left on the show.
Bottom line is, Becky's got a friend named Lyra that is going to help her out against Damage Control.
Yes. Then we had Dakota and Lyra.
They're Irish, by the way. Not Dakota. Dakota's from New Zealand.
Oh, yeah. Because in that long, insufferable, unending interview with Michael Cole and Becky Lynch, one of the things Michael Cole made sure to tell us was, you are both Irish.
He loves the...
Hold on, you just killed the joke.
Oh, good.
He says, you're both Irish. From Ireland.
Yes.
Now, I would make fun of that, except I watched Irish Pat McGee or whatever his name was on WWF Challenge from 1986.
Pat Barrett?
Whatever his name was, Irish Pat Barrett. They introduced him from Scotland.
Did they really?
Yeah, is this that hard? Is it that hard?
I think that's the theme of the show, folks. Is it that hard? Shouldn't be.
It really shouldn't be. So anyway, Lyra won, and no one knows anything about her or her deal. And
she's Irish. We know that.
And she won. And then Kofi does a promo that we talked about. I am going to win this tournament for Xavier Woods. I am going to beat an all-time great Rey Mysterio. And then they cut away, and they start doing the main event, and I'm like, where are you beating him? When is this match? Can I see it? Is it on X? No idea. And then, thank God, we got the main event.
That was great.
Gunther and Sheamus. This match absolutely ruled. It was just great. And after the match is over, this was something that was worthwhile on social media.
Yes.
Sheamus posts a picture, and, he looks like he got put through a meat grinder. His chest is just like chunks of flesh and skin, and he's just beet red and sweating. And he just looks like, worse than most people coming out of MMA fights. And he just says, there will be no fourth.
No.
He's tapping out, brother. I did it one more time. I'm 46 years old or whatever. I'm done.
Smart man.
So Gunther beat him with the crab in the middle of the ring. They cut 2 matches, and they still went long. This went a minute past the top of the hour. The ref is screaming at them to go home. And they finally went home, and the show immediately goes off the air.
They could have did all of those matches and had shorter segments of talking in the middle and actually got all of them done, but they just will never be able to help themselves. Who cares who's in production?
Back in a moment with more Observer Live.
Okay, Vince, the bells rang. I don't know if you're wrestling, some plan. Okay, first off, your lock up. Your right arm is going way out here, okay? Why would you do that for real? Your arm goes behind the dude's head. This has to be like it's real, okay? Backing off like this, it looks phony, okay? Everything you do needs to look real. I know it's hard with this dude right here with the no hair, whatever the hell, this multicolored whatever. Okay, that looks a little bit better, but again, you're pushing it back there and you just stand right there. Don't ever throw a forearm again. You understand? Look at those horrible. And first off, half the crowd is chanting that it's phony. And the best part is, the guy that is filming is burying you. The filmer. The dude who's filming has never taken a bump in his life, and he's here making fun of you. That was alright. When you take a bump, dude, have you ever seen me take a bump? The legs go up in the air, you hit out to the side. Look at you right here. Look at that. You got your neck up like this and your legs are all bent. Hit the mat, dude. He lifts you up there, you're going up with him. Okay? You're just standing there. Okay. That was decent. Oh my god. Oh my god. Dude, you have to jump. Did you guys work this out at all beforehand? Dude, don't even tell me that this is the finish. If he does a people's elbow and pins you, this clown. Is this your first match? Look at that. Even the guy that's filming is laughing at you. Even the guy that's filming. You just got pinned by... Dude, hey, I'm just trying to help.
A WWF Challenge from 1986. We're going to be watching it tonight for the Bryan and Vinny and Granny and Craig and Sean show. And also on that show, we will be taking your suggestions. F4WOnline.com/Vegas. We're going to be there at the end of the month. Memorial Day weekend. Double or Nothing weekend. There will be a Bryan and Vinny live show, which you can only see if you attend live. No podcast, no video. It is an exclusive show. What happens in Vegas with Bryan and Vinny. And as part of that, we will have a Bothell beautification match.
A what now?
You heard me. Bothell beautification match. It'll be a 3-fall match with the YWF World Heavyweight Championship on the line. And tonight on the Bryan and Vinny show, you, dear listener, will get to pick the possible stipulations. I'm going to get a wheel. We're going to take the best suggestions. I'm going to spin the wheel for all 3 falls. It's a shoot, brother. And we're going to find out who's going to be the next YWF World Heavyweight Champion.
I assume you're going to pass over the scaffold match request.
Well, no. We're asking everybody to make suggestions. However many slots are on the wheel, if there's 12, we're going to pick the 12 best suggestions, and those will be options when we spin the wheel. So, seriously, if you're going to vote tonight, don't vote something stupid like a scaffold match. Pick something we could actually do. And then we might actually pick your suggestion. We could do thumb wrestling. We could do a game of war. We could do probably not going to do a pork chop eating contest. I don't know if I can get that many pork chops in the ring at one time. But make your suggestions, Granny's Facebook page, or you can tweet. If you're one of my subscribers on Twitter, super followers, you can put it there as well. Yeah, putting on a pole match, except we have no pole. Raw onion eating challenge. I mean, yeah, pick something. We'll find out tonight. Maybe I'll make some announcements tomorrow. But anyway, that's it for today. Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll talk to you next time. Wrestling Observer Live.